Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the Tangle Apollo from CZT Beth Gaughan. And this is, just from a couple days ago from Tangle Patterns. If you have not, if you've never gone there, go there. Sign up for her, newsletter. You'll get a Tangle. I think 5 days a week she puts out a Tangle, and then has like a couple recaps and things. You basically get an email every day. And for those that use Tangle Patterns a lot, I know she has her 2024 guide out. So I always make sure that I'm getting that every year, because I do use her as a resource, and I usually throw a little something extra in there because it's such a great resource, and I know I can imagine the amount of work she puts into it. All right. So this is a neat tangle. I am going to do my 4 corner dots. I just want to, and I also like to give her a little plug, when I can too, because it is a really nice resource. Okay. So this is a neat high contrast fill in. You could use this as a border too. Do make sure to take a look at the in the description section the for more inspiration link, and you can get some ideas there. All right, I'm going to start. This starts with some lines. We're going to make some rows, just going the one direction. And I like to start in the middle and then work my way out to both sides. Okay. This starts with a zigzag. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to start in the middle. And just, every time you hit a line, change your direction. Like that. Then we're going to fill the area with those, but we're going to mirror them. So here where it's coming to the right, and actually I like to start there so that way I can kind of I don't know, I just like to start where it's narrow, and then I do my very best to kind of mirror the angle as well. At least getting close, that's good. All right, and we'll see. I don't know. Well, I think I'm only going to fit those. Yep, that's all it's going to fit. Okay, then I'm going to turn it. Same thing on the flip side. I think it's the Tangle beeline, if you're familiar, that kind of I think it starts out this way. I know it has all the zigzags. Well, I think I can course correct that one. It helps if you wait till you get to the line and then change direction. Oh yeah, so I'm gonna do this. Here's a no. I have mentioned it before, but here I think I get to do it. We're gonna be filling in every other section, and so I am gonna fill in starting right here. But I'm gonna draw this line where it's supposed to be. And so this is one of my things that I do is, like, if something went awry, I try to make a mental note, not get hung up on it, but just make a mental note. It's like, I can fix that with fill-in or whatever it is. Usually it's fill-in. And I'm going to start them there and then go on. It just, it helps in a number of ways. Okay. So we're going to do every other. And it's so funny. It was a Zentangle something, and Rick and Maria talking, and they talked about like doing Knightsbridge, which this is kind of like, but it's what do we have? What is this, a rhombus, more of a rhombus shape? And he said, where where the corners touch. That's how, that's a good way to kind of guide where you put them. I a lot of times just like to think of, oh, well, it's just every other one, but I have gotten myself into trouble just doing, okay, here, and I'm skipping because sometimes you forget, or you get caught up in the moment of I'm just filling things in, and you just keep filling things in. I also try to not hopscotch so much like I have just done. And then I also like to kind of go around the perimeter first and create a little safety barrier for myself as I'm filling things in. And then if you're using a thicker pen like this, actually even just if you're using the 01 or something smaller, because we're filling in and we're putting such a concentration of ink in one place, it kind of stays a little bit wet. And so I'll use my, well, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm using my nails, even though I'm holding it on the side. But it's just a habit that I've gotten into when I'm working with something that is potentially messy. Because I don't want to have to deal with fingerprints or smudges. All right. So as I'm filling this in, let me take the opportunity to tell you about the description section. There, well, I think I mentioned it. If I didn't, I'm mentioning it now. Make sure to go take a look at the For More Inspiration link for just that inspiration. Oh, no, I did. Yeah, because you could use this as a border. And then the Renaissance tile, which is the tan tile sample that Beth did, it kind of shows where, that, it's kind of it is, she's using it as a fill-in, but it made me think, oh, that could be a border. So you could just like do, two rows of this, and that could turn out really, really nice. Or more. I think you'd have to have at least 2 seams. But yeah, take a look at that. Below the links to the step outs you'll find my link tree, which has ways to connect with me. So there'll be my website link where you can follow my blog and take a look at the classes that I do. Right now I don't have a way to have you, well, for the free classes, I don't have a way to have you sign up and register for those yet. There are a couple other places that I post classes, and those you'll find that in the link tree also. As well as I do post them on Facebook, so if you happen to be there. The advantage to those is that you'll see it in your time zone, and it's just less confusing. Tracing over my little pencil line here for these little sections, and that one I'm going to come back to. All right. But yeah, so you'll find all the pertinent information, and if you'd like to have a nice place to share your work and talk about Zentangle and things, we have a really neat Tangle Addicts community on Facebook, and so you'll see the link there. There are 4 questions that you have to answer, though, in order to gain entry, and I just like to make sure that you know that. Let's see, I thought I had I had another little place right up here. See what direction my pencil line went there. Okay, I think I got it all. Let's neaten that up. Okay. Now, the next step is we're going to do some lines. And I don't know why. Okay, flip it this way. I'm looking at the step out like, well, let's do it the way the step out looks. Okay. So we're going to do some lines coming from each of these. I'm going to start with the first, it's really a partial row. And one thing I noticed is that she seems to come over and stop at this corner. So we're going to do to the right of this. So I decided, well, you know what? As a safety, I'm going to just start there and work my way back. to the filled in section, and here too. All right, now I'm going to skip this row because we're going to do it on the opposite side. Let's see if I can keep it all straight. It was seeming like this was being a better help, so I, as to not get confused. I think this is probably the hardest part, is just getting these on the proper side. So I'm thinking skipping a row. That way we're just doing the same thing. Skip this. It's the one stroke at a time, or one step at a time. That's what really helps with the the concept of having this be a meditative helper, is just that, is just doing one thing at a time, throwing our focus on that. That's it. Okay, now to fill these other ones in. So the lines were on the right side of this. So on these ones, it'll be, wait a minute, looking here, yes, here. Yeah, on the left side. So looking at this, I guess, yeah, that's a rhombus shape, right? So going to the left of it, and then here, same thing. I'm using a real light touch versus, you could have them be way more deliberate if you want to. I like this look because I can kind of make them a little uneven, and it's all good. It's also nice when all this is filled in with black, and yeah, because we're stopping right here, so I'm not going to take, well, as long as you don't go off too far, because it's like, oh, it's nice to just be able to run over that line. Now down here on my partials, I just have to imagine where that would end. I'm going to guess there. Okay. And it's just kind of a neat effect. Now, there are a couple things that I like. The first thing, you think, oh, well, it's all black and, it's all there. What could I possibly do for shading? Well, ooh, if I turn it this way. Oh, wait, hold on, pause. I'm looking at her. Oh, it doesn't. Well, this is one of those things that doesn't matter. But I think it has a greater effect this way. So I'm just going to put some graphite on these longer sections. Because just on the smaller, I don't think it's going to have that great of an effect. And now, had I done them a little bit thicker, one of the samples, she did it, although you know what, I probably could. Let me just see how this looks. Where she made them rounded looking, and that so that you put graphite on both sides, and then she has, it looks like a little bit of white, chalk pen or something like that. Oh, I kind of like that, but let's go maybe a tad darker right at that base, just to give it a little bit more dimension. And as you know, I'm just doing a back and forth motion because I don't want it to go up too far. I don't have a lot of natural tile color there left. Let's see. Oh yes, look at that. That made some dimension. Oh, what happens if we turn it? Oh. Huh. It's just interesting. For some reason, on more of an angle, I get more dimension. And let's see, let me move that light. Sometimes the light, because the graphite, can be a little shiny. And so it's not like where it's not looking exactly as I'm seeing it in real life. I might use my little tool here. Oops. That made it really dark right there. This is a colorless blender from Prismacolor. Oh, but you know, it's kind of neat. I'm tempted to do that other just because. Thoughts? Well, if I'm careful. Not there. There's no room there. The top is cut off here there, though. Okay. And honestly, I didn't have to put it over the black. Sometimes it's just like, oh, you just get carried away. Sorry, my light is being too bright. And then magic! Now they look rounded. And so this is, well, you can barely see it, General's white charcoal pencil. Helps if I go all the way to the other end, though. But, you know, it's a handy thing. And you could probably also do this with a, you know, just a jelly roll. If you have a white gel pen, I should say. It doesn't matter what brand. But super neat. Get that all the way out. You know what I'm saying? Even though this is, you know, technically a white tile, it's a little off-white. But that created a neat effect. So, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, would love it if you click on the like button. And then if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, would love to have you be a subscriber. Only if you liked it enough to see more. And you said while you're clicking, go ahead and click that as well. I've already mentioned the description section. And I think I hit everything that I wanted to hit. Except to mention that the classes I do, a lot of them are free. Just so you know. On Thursdays, it's called Tangle Time. You'll see that. And then Tough Tangle Tuesday. That's on the third Tuesday of the month. So, just so you know. And with that, let's see, yeah, I think that was it. So with that, thank you so much for watching. And I wish you happy tangling.